Southern Ontario. 2 days ago, I was out in t-shirt and shorts and it was sunny and beautiful. And today it's cold, gray, drizzly, and pretty much cold enough to snow. So what are you gonna do? Hang on tight till the nice weather shows up for good. I'm out with Ripley today. Say hi to everybody, Ripley. Ripley's our good friend's dog, and she's coming to stay with us for a little while. Had something just awesome happen on my walk with Ripley, and I wanted to share it with you guys. I wish I had a chance to get the GoPro out and film it because it would have been amazing to see. So picture this. On the opposite side of the street, we've got a gentleman with his like shepherd mix kind of dog. And then coming towards me, got a lady with like a 20-pound small breed dog, looks like a Cocker Spaniel-ish kind of dog, coming towards me on a retractable leash and a harness. So clearly the guy across the street has a reactive dog because he sees us coming and immediately puts his dog into a sit facing us, facing across the street, and he's standing in front of his dog. And he's got a handful of treats. And he keeps saying, look, look, leave it, leave it, leave it, look at me now, leave it. Okay, so that's going on across the street, and at the same time, this lady's coming towards me with her dog on a harness and a retractable, and it's going bananas. Now, okay, you ready for this? So, if you've ever seen Empire Strikes Back, the Star Wars film, when Luke is on the ice planet of Hoth, and he takes out one of the Imperial walkers by flying around it in circles with a cable and grappling hook attached to the legs, and it ties up the legs and the thing falls over. It's exactly what happened to this lady. Her dog starts running around in circles, ties her legs up with the retractable leash, and she goes down like a sack of bricks. I mean, I don't want to laugh at somebody's misfortune. I didn't laugh, but I'm like, are you okay? But at the same time, I'm kind of thinking in my head, well, you know your dog's bananas. Why would you give it a retractable leash to run around like that on? So she goes down. At the same time, the guy across the street is failing at his mission, and the dog is going bananas, just bananas, and he's trying to drag it away now. So what all went on here? So I'll give you my quick commentary as if you guys don't know what's coming. But number one, maybe that has worked with some dogs that are reactive. Maybe standing in front of the dog, and if you have a high enough reward for the dog, maybe they're choosing to look at you. Well, they're not choosing to look at you. They're choosing to stare at the food that they want so badly instead of looking at the stimulus that's distracting them, the other dog. So let's say that did work. Let's say that was working. What's the plan? What is the exit strategy there? That's it, the rest of your life. When you see another dog, you have to stop your walk, block your dog, and then hold food up in the air until what if it's a busy day and there's 80 dogs? What kind of walk is that with a dog? And even if that did work, you're using food to get a different behavior from the dog, which is fine. I'm not opposed to that technique, but you're not doing anything to address the unwanted behavior from the dog, right? Like how are you communicating to the dog that I don't want you to go bananas when you see another dog? So you're trying to put a new behavior in place, but the moment you stop, pulling out that food reward to distract the dog, why wouldn't the dog go back to their behavior? You've never given them any feedback that says don't do that behavior anymore. So maybe it's worked. I have never seen it work, but kudos to you if you've made it happen. Secondly, if you have a reactive dog, the best thing to do is keep walking. Because if the dog has a freak out, at least you just keep moving, and the freak out session is over in 2 seconds, okay? Instead of 3 minutes. If you just put the dog in a sit, the dog has nothing else to do but stew on and stare at and overexcite their nervous system with the oncoming stimulus. So if you're trying this training, the end of the training, once you've gotten the dog conditioned over these distractions, then you can start to ask for the dog to sit when something goes by. That's high level stuff. But I always see people starting with having the dog sitting. That's like trying to build a house by putting the roof on first before you've even built the foundation. It doesn't make any sense. The other case, there you go with the retractable. I mean, a dog on a retractable could bolt out. What if it saw a squirrel or something across the street and it bolted out into the road because it had 20 feet of retractable leash and it got hit by a car? And the harness, you can't control a dog on a harness. If the dog is small enough, you could manhandle, like hold the dog back on a harness, but you can't give feedback to a dog with a harness. It's impossible. So if you put a dog on a harness, they're going to pull, zigzag around. They're going to do whatever they want because they can. Because there's no feedback system. Now I'm not talking about front pull harnesses and weird harnesses that do stuff if the dog pulls. I'm just talking about your regular harness. So, although I feel bad for the lady, it was kind of like I saw this coming, you know. And if you don't have control of your dog, of course they're going to flip you and you're going to fall on the ground. You should have handled that problem beforehand. But again, I get it. She doesn't know what to do, right? Most owners don't know what to do, so I'm not blaming the owners, but like it was like this perfect storm brewing between these two dogs across the street, and it just all unfolded as it should. All right, back to the walk with Ripley. I'm gonna keep moving here so I stay warm and she stays warm, and that's my rant for today. I wish you guys could have seen it, but hopefully I described it well enough and the reasons behind why all that happened and maybe could have been avoided. All right, guys. That's it. Good girl. All right, see ya.